So Speed is in Africa, and now I done seen people talking about, oh, the CIA and what the CIA was trying to do ain't working because he in Africa. And y'all see how the Africans is treating him. First of all, Speed is in Africa. Everywhere Speed goes, y'all acting like he's not an international stream star.
African countries named South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Algeria, Angola, Benin, Botswana, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Kenya, Liberia, Morocco, Mozambique, Namibia, Botswana, Senegal, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Oh my God, 20 countries in 28 days. Why is he not going to Tanzania?
Charlie, Americans are funny. Like, Americans are so funny, especially black Americans. I don't even understand them. Ishowspeed is touring Africa. He started with Angola, now he's in South Africa and he's going. But Charlie, these people are shocked that Africa looks the way they are seen from the lenses of Ishowspeed. Like, yeah, God. Ishowspeed is actually touring Africa and he's actually touring 20 African countries within 28 days. Ghana included, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Benin, Senegal, South Africa, Angola, Zimbabwe, like a lot of African countries. And it's so like, man, jeez. These people are so delusional. But I don't want to talk plenty, Charlie. Let's go and listen to people's reaction.
Yo, so I'm kind of confused. Like, Ishowspeed's in Africa and like, how? Like, they have Wi-Fi. I never knew that. And like, they have cars, houses, like, shit's crazy. I never knew that.
Speed needs to be careful. I don't usually like blacks, but Speed is one of the good ones, and I don't need those ghetto people over there tainting him, and God forbid they rob him and induct him into their gang. Speed, if you're listening, do not go to Africa anymore! Wait, which one of these tribal people is Ishowspeed? I really can't tell. These Africans just look so similar. They're all jumping around and dancing like animals. I can't tell who is who. What do you mean they speak English and have running water? I thought speaking more than one language was for rich white people, not poors that drink mud. I thought Africa was a country. Why do they keep speaking different languages? I don't like it. Why are there cities and houses on the stream? Are you sure they just didn't secretly stream in Japan because they're supposed to live in mud huts with no technology? Guys, I'm really scared for Speed. What is he gonna eat while he's in Africa? You know they don't have food.
So US citizens are now deciding to move to Africa because of Speed's new stream. So as you know, when Speed went to China, he basically exposed that American propaganda has made China seem that it's just like some communist, like you can't even survive. But in actuality, it was the most beautiful cities people have ever seen. US citizens were like, wait, what the heck? Y'all's taxes are low. Everything you buy is like extremely cheap. It's affordable. Families are healthy. Everything is perfect. They're like, wait a second, we're literally being propagated in the US. Now Speed is going to Africa and people are saying he's going to do the same thing. What do y'all think? While he will undo years of propaganda that Africa is a bad place to be. And yeah, in my current American brain, when I think of Africa, I think of no water, huts, sand. Like, dude, it's actually funny. I don't know, like, it's just all the propaganda from just being in America. What do y'all think about this? This is getting millions of views. Do you think this is actually gonna happen the same way it did with this China stream? I'm actually kind of curious. Let me know what y'all think.
So Speed is in Africa, and now I done seen people talking about, oh, the CIA and what the CIA was trying to do ain't working because he in Africa, and y'all see how the Africans is treating him. First of all, Speed is in Africa. Everywhere Speed goes, y'all acting like he's not an international stream star. He is. No matter which way you want to turn the key, y'all want to act like he's not a real celebrity. These young people know exactly who Speed is. Older people, I've seen older Scottish women saying, oh my God, Speed, hugging him down, trying to get his attention, asking for an autograph. He is world renowned, okay? So just because he's in Africa, he's in Angola, to be specific, because y'all love the child only when it's convenient. Y'all want it to be this specific country, okay? He's in Angola, and everybody's showing him so much love. They're fawning all over him, running up to him. Oh my God, Speed. But they not talking about how they begging him down for money, though. Ain't nobody bringing that up. They out there begging him down for money. There's kids on the floor on their hands and knees begging him down for money. I've seen Africans in Europe begging Black Americans down for money. I've seen video footage of this. So I just want to say this, right? I'm not sitting up here saying that Africans on the continent do not like or do not look up to Black Americans, because a lot of them do. They always have. We're talking about the ones, especially the ones that come here, and then they have this weird secret competition that they have going on with us. They think they're better. They work harder and they're just so much smarter and all of these other things. Those are usually the ones that's popping it the most. They pop it the most in the comment sections. They pop it the most, on the internet. They pop it the most on the podcast. They pop it. They pop it and they be EBA, bitch. Everywhere but Africa. And they be popping it. The ones in Africa, majority of them are trying to get out of their countries. And when they see an American, they see somebody that and Speed is rich and famous. Y'all act like Speed is out there as a regular everyday commoner trying to blend in with the village folk. Ain't got no money, ain't got nothing to offer. Child, they would treat him like a piece of trash, okay? They would treat him how they treat each other. They would treat him how they treated somebody from another tribe, okay? It's very dog eat dog based off of what I've seen, what I've heard, and just what the hell is actually going on. He's rich and famous. So y'all saying that he is the pinnacle and now, oh, look at how they treat Speed. He's a celebrity out there to them. You think if Beyonce went to Africa, they would tell her to get out of here and try to steal her land? And no. They would beg her down for money if she was walking through the streets just like they did Speed. Y'all gotta stop this, because at the end of the day, like I said, majority of Africans on the continent, we see videos of them emulating and imitating Black American culture day in and day out. It's the ones that made it out. The ones that's a part of, like, how much percent, the top percent of them, I guess, that actually make it out. Those are the ones that think that they're above and like just better than everybody. Those be the ones that got a decent Wi-Fi because they not actually in Africa and they got it. Anyways, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Bye, y'all. Spread love, Mr. Brooklyn.
The way Ishowspeed was celebrated in Africa, in his Africa tour, was so incredible that you could see at the end of it, after the new year, before he said green apple, you could see he was truly happy, truly fulfilled. I think this brought it all home for him and his success. The way the people cheered and loved and showed their support of him, no matter what. It is incredible to see how the African continent is one of the most loving places on the planet, despite all the struggles that they've been through. And he even did a backflip into 2026. This has to be one of, if not the best IRL stream ever. And it really goes to show you that no matter what, your roots will always bring you home. They will always welcome you. They will always love you more than anyone. And I think this is something Speed will never forget. I can see this was the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. And he truly feels at home. He truly feels blessed to be able to do that. And he was welcome.
I've never seen an African celebrity treated that way by Black Americans here in America. That's how we treat people in Africa. Ishowspeed is getting nothing but love. Nobody's calling him any name. Nobody's saying anything about him. He's just having a good time. He's enjoying himself because he's home. Ishowspeed is single-handedly destroying centuries of negative propaganda done on Africa.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Seeing the Ishowspeed Africa tour, that shit is making me want to go to Africa, bro. When Speed was in Europe, they was calling him monkey. They was throwing him bananas and shit. They was saying all type of racist shit when he was in the Europe tour. He pop up in Africa and then people showing him love like he's family already, bro. The propaganda is failing. It is crumbling before our very eyes. And then they want to call Africa uncivilized, bitch. I'm seeing the complete opposite.
Speed in Africa makes me so happy. I just love seeing that he's having a great time, because a lot of Black Americans don't travel to Africa. They stay in America and they believe a lot of the lies that their white racist granddaddy be telling them about Africa. And I know a lot of them watching Speed will say, oh, it's because he's a celebrity. And it's like, y'all don't even know what you're talking about. Y'all just be ignorant as fuck doing all of this. But when I was in Nigeria, like, I would see white people more than I would ever see. I don't think I saw one Black American when I was in Nigeria for like 8 years. So I just love to see when Black Americans visit anywhere in Africa, they have a great time, they connect, they just have great experiences. Of course, traveling, going anywhere, you won't always have great experiences. That's just how life is. But it just brings me so much joy. I never saw, like, you would see a white person in Africa before you see a Black American. The same white Americans, you'll see them in Africa before you see a Black. It's so crazy because white Americans will go to Africa, have a grand ass time. And then the Black Americans, the ones that look really close to a lot of Africans, are the ones that are like, yeah, they hate us. I can't go. They won't accept us. Like, why? How come you've already made up your mind? before you even know anything. And that's how I know it's y'all's racist granddaddies, white granddaddies. I see a lot of Black Americans saying, oh, I don't think Africans like us. You don't think 54 countries in Africa, like 54 different countries with thousands of different tribes of people, they don't like just you from one country in America, like in North America? Like, you really think, like, how did you come to that conclusion? Did you go there and everyone rejected you? You went to every country and they all rejected you? No. If you are a Black American person that has, born and raised in America, never been to Africa, I need you to delete everything that you think you know about Africa. Just delete it. Because Africa has never been portrayed to be what it actually is to the world. The indigenous people in Africa have never been portrayed as what they really are, especially if you're American. You know that the white racist American government, how racist America has been, is changing slowly, but you know what is going on. Racist African cartoons, how they display Africans, the fact that a lot of racist people like to use Africa to like taunt Black Americans. Y'all need to delete all that, because that is what is giving you your information. That is where you're coming from when you talk about Africa. You don't know shit about Africa. Even most Africans don't know shit about Africa. So if they don't know shit, I know you don't know shit. You actually have zero experience with Africans. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh, the Africans in America, that's not it, sorry. And it's so funny how y'all always like to forget African booty scratchers. The fact that y'all bullied Africans so much that they have to say they was Jamaican. Y'all forget all that and then turn around and be like, I don't think Africans like us. Oh, really? You don't think, because all 54 countries of Africans, they don't like you, just and y'all will go to white European countries. Y'all will go everywhere before you go to Africa. All I'm saying is broaden your horizons and always assume that you don't know enough. Especially if you're a Black person, whatever idea that you have of another group of Black people, just put yourself in their shoes and be like, if I was them, would I also be like that? If the answer is no, then question, find out information, do some research.
Guys, look at this. Speed's first day on his Africa tour started off with a bang. He went to Luanda, the capital of Angola, and it's so close to the coast, so it's more of a beach environment. In his opening scene in the stream, it's no coincidence he was laying down on a yacht. The next scene, he had traditional dancers to show that the people of Angola, they still keep their culture. He did this in front of the yacht club, which shows that they have both the traditional side and they have the upscale side. Walking down the beach of Luanda, you could tell that it's a very clean beach, and they even have this walkway similar to places like Miami. The beach was very chill. He joined in on a volleyball game, and he even got a workout in doing calisthenics. He got to ride in some supercars by the beach. He even went to a soccer stadium not too far from the beach as well. And you could see that he got along with everyone. People really embraced him, and you could see the smile on his face. And in this clip, he tells us exactly how he feels about Angola. Look.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love the love in Africa, bro. The energy here is crazy. It's energy and love, bro. We can just chill, bro.
What do you guys think about his trip? He was very intentional. He's showing us a different side of Africa that you normally don't see. And many of his YouTube comments were saying the same thing. But let me know what you guys think. Comment below.
Ishowspeed tour in Africa is doing multi-generational on damaging to the brains of Black Americans who still think that Africa is a country, Africa is still living in hurt. Y'all been thinking that Africa is nothing but a bunch of tweaks and hurts. Well, if you don't know, now you know, motherfucker.
Ishowspeed is in Africa in a country called Angola. And guess what? He is so surprised why most people in Angola look like him. Can you imagine that? Take a look at this video.
What's up? Yes. Hey, bro, we're Rafael Leo. Water. Dámelo. Sorry. One at a time. Yes.
Why do Black Americans come to Africa thinking that they are so different from the Africans? Let me tell you, if you're black, we are all the same. We are all the same people. We look the same, you know? That's all I wanted to tell you, that black people will look the same everywhere you go. Catch you on my next one. We shall be keeping up with Ishowspeed on my channel.
What the hell? It's hella kids in South Africa, chat. Chat, where they come from, bro? Bro, how did all these kids come out of nowhere, dog? What song is this?
So my question is, why these people, they think we live in the bush, like those those days, like things that they have been told about Africa, like in the Stone Age, you know, they think it's still the same. Like Charlie, sometimes, God, hey, no, seriously, it's good. He's actually doing this tour like in Africa, and this is not even all African countries. So he has just chosen 20 out of 55 African countries. So Charlie, Africa is huge. If you're African American that has never been to Africa before, I'm telling you, Africa is huge, and we have 55 countries, different cultures, different languages in each African country. Listen, there are so many things that you don't know about Africa, but it's so sad that you live in America, you have data, you have access to Wi-Fi, you have a phone, you have an internet that you can easily Google and do your research on each African country. You just decide to just sit down and allow the media in America to lie to you. Like, it doesn't even make sense. You are a grown-ass person, man. Do your research about Africa and you will realize that Africa is the most beautiful continent in the whole wide world. He's coming to Ghana, he's coming to Nigeria. You will see all these countries. Angola is one country, South Africa is one country. South Africa has cities, Johannesburg, Cape Town, a lot of cities. I don't even know why you guys like Charlie. It's so funny, honestly, but I'm so happy he's doing this, and he's doing this to show the world and also Americans who are so delusional. Currently, as I'm talking to you, we have a lot of white people living in Ghana, a lot of them, the Chinese, the Indians, the Lebanese, Americans, Europeans, African Americans, a lot of them are currently living in Ghana. So Charlie, I don't know why these people, jeez. Listen, I don't want to talk plenty. When it gets to Ghana, you will see Nigeria, you will see all the other African countries. Thank you so much for watching.